The world around me seems to be out of focus. The people around me, the places I see, the sounds I hear and the emotions I feel. But the most concerning of all is the feeling that the lines between living and existing have become irretrievably blurred. To whom it may concern, I'm hoping by the end of this letter I will have realised exactly why I'm writing it, and once these conclusions have been reached I can be somewhat more content within myself, regardless of what happens to me afterward. I'm not convinced I know at what point these feelings began to manifest themselves within me. I certainly couldn't recall a day or a moment that life began to lose its purpose. I do, however, have a pretty good idea of what things have gone through my head to push me along my way to this point. I'm scared of the real world, beyond the four walls of my room and the university classrooms. But if I continue to exist, I can only envision a continuing downward spiral, resulting in a life alone or locked in a marriage which loses its love, and in a job which loses its appeal, which is worse than being alone anyway. The closest thing I have to role models are my parents, and if that is what the future holds for me, I already know that I am better off without any future at all. I find myself doing things that, in a turgid, cliched way, are meant to raise the low spirits, but these consistently fail in their objectives. I find myself spending a lot of time at the beach, but rather than seeing the romance of a British seaside, complete with its laughing children and garish pier lights, I end up entranced, captivated, mesmerised by the sea and the horizon on which it rests. The vastness of its single colour and never-ending motions simply make me realise how dismissive the world around us of human life is. As I stare out to the sea, I cannot help realise the sea would continue to flow, regardless if I were here or not, or if any of us were here for that matter. The world and the life on it simply moves on. It's never-ending, always existing. My favourite bands, albums and songs wash over me, resulting in no emotions. Films and TV shows I once adored are now a chore. It feels like they have been projected into my eyes, but rather than staying in my mind, they continue through me. If I turned around, I'd expect to find the images flashing on the wall behind me, almost as if there was nothing between the wall and the screen. The biggest concern out of all of this, however, is that what all these little emotions have resulted in, a nauseating, crippling sense of emptiness. Rather than have an overwhelming sense of anger, sadness or hopelessness, all the emotions within meaning have cruelly made themselves one giant sense of emptiness. I remember a time when football would change my whole mood. A weekend would hinge on the result of my team. But this has lost all of its importance. I never thought this would happen. I think of the moment's joy football has given me over my life, but these seem like a dream now. The moments happen to another person, a person I do not know. The feeling of knowing whichever path I choose to walk down, I will be letting both myself and the people around me down so much pains me horribly. My mind remains torn but offers no solution. To stay or not to stay. To live or not to live. To exist or not exist. Perhaps soon things will become clearer. I don't believe in the afterlife, and I'm not sure I'm ready to find out any answers. But if the lines between living and existing have become so blurred so quickly and easily, why not see if the lines between living and dying can do the same?